Hello there, welcome to this video, and today we're going to do a refurbishing or an editing of this text here, and to incorporate another writing style. So we will not actually work in this document but in another document, and from there we will export into this document the new result. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at this project, what we're working for. So this is the printed comic book project, which is 987 degrees centigrade, and it is Unlimited Danger Season 1 Episode 1. And here we have Barry Riley. He's the protagonist, and he's the hero, and he's the space captain, and he's going to be involved in a lot of exciting adventures in this volume. And this, of course, is just episode 1, and so the project is actually ongoing, so there will be at least 7 albums more if I just can get the time to do them. Alright, so that's the project, and this is going to be, of course, a 40 pages full color production, so it's quite a lot of work. Alright, so let's proceed to this video's what we're going to do here, and we're doing some adjusting here, and not just any adjusting, it's about the text lines. So I'll double click the empty text lines document, and now we will scan in the text which I have handwritten on a sheet of paper. So this is what you see here now is the actual handwriting grid I used when I produced this text. So let's scan. Alright, so let's see if our Canon scanner is ready to go. So everything looks normal, sounds normal. Control Shift period to rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Control Alt plus to increase twice, and we can see here that this is, well, 2 weeks ago, something like that, and it is page 3, panel B1, so we have done the right thing. And I'm using Lamy medium fountain pen here, and I'm using the 7.0 millimeter grid, which is here in the background. Alright, so now let's save it, and we're just going to locate the right folder, so we're going to put it in the scan folder. But now we have another document here which we don't want. It's an old one, and so I want to now save this document, the new document here, a new scan sheet, as with the same name as the one I had before up here. But if I try to do that now, let's see what happens. Did it actually go? Sometimes it doesn't work. Alright, so maybe that's something new we can try. So now let's just see that. Let's close this. Let's see that it actually works. So no, let's see, let's go to the scan sheets and let's look at the old one here. Okay, this is the old one, yeah. And let's look at the new one. It's that one. Okay, good. So now let's just create the new old folder here to toss the old one in, so we have some order. Okay, good. And I can take that away. So let's reopen our scan, and let's do our usual Shift F2 to get the new document with better brightness and contrast, and let's shut that down. And let's now see in our assembled text lines document. So what I'm doing now first is I'm increasing the scale here with Control plus so that when I paste something, it comes closer to the middle here. So now the objective or the focus of today's session is to cut and copy. And as we can see on my plan, let's see, can I have a plan here of, let's see if I can get this. Where's the plan of detailed rows for page 3, row B? Okay, we have this one here. Here it comes. And so the one today is this one. So we can see that, and the only 2 pilots on board this ship so we have 3 lines we have to center, and that's the lesson. Okay, so we have to produce 3 lines, and this is the same 3 lines as I've sort of already made here, so it's not so difficult. So 3 lines starting with and the only. We can make this a little, now we just have to find the best ones. So which line is best? Let's start with the dots. Okay, I think these dots are good enough. So let's start with those. 3 dots, V for move tool, and line was what? 2, line 2. Line 2. And what we have else is and I prefer what? I think I prefer this one down here. Maybe it's a little too big there. Yeah. Let's take, I think we'll take this one. Maybe the A here, A10. A10, V for move tool, A10, we take this N, N13, M for marquee tool, and then we paste N13, N13, okay. And then we just want to have a nice D. And I think a nice D is this one, D1. So M for marquee tool, Control copy, Control paste, Control V, V for move tool, something like that. And we had D1. D1. Okay. And D should be and, right. So N, select, shift up arrow, and that's shift left arrow, something like that. And now we Control Alt E to merge them all together. So then we get and 10, 13, 1. And then we use this up here. So whenever I use parts of words, like if I'm building one word, then I do these separately and then I combine them to one of those, which are up here in the words and phrases. All right, so and the only. So hopefully we can find some so we don't have to. Okay, I think actually number 1 here is pretty good. So let's just take the whole word here Maybe we can adjust the T there, but for now let's just use the one. And V for move tool, and shift right arrow, shift up arrow. Yeah, that save. Right, and the only. And the only, I think this only here looks pretty good. I think let's go with this one. Only the lonely. So we can, I'm moving up the selection now with the up arrow key, just so I get the whole word and not any lines from any other word. So I don't want only 11 or only 13 to get into my selection. So I Control C for copy, and then I paste it into this one, and V for the move tool, shift right arrow, and then I shift up arrow, something like that. Right. Okay, so that line is done in terms of pasting. And let's see. Which one is all right? I think this 11 is perhaps the best one. Because it's most straight. So 2, 11, 2, V for move tool, 2, 11, and shift left arrow, something like that. And maybe we can do the kerning a little later on that one. Yes. So let's see. I think this is pretty good, number 10. The eye here is a little shaky, but apart from that, I think the kerning is pretty good. Maybe it's getting better if, okay, yeah, it's one of these things that is exaggerated when the scale is not. So this is but the problem with this one, of course, is that the P is too. This descender here is too short, so we can't really. So maybe we can do. Let's do a. Let's do a Okay, let's take OTS here only from this one. Which is 10. Let's do that. OTS 10. And then we'll take this one, pile, from number 7. Okay. Okay. Let's select them together and we'll press V for the move tool, and we'll do shift down arrow. But where is OTS? Oh, it must be exactly under, so I'm selecting OTS and then I'm doing a right arrow so we can see it. And there it is. Okay, and we're doing a little down arrow here on both of these. And so we're putting this together here. Okay, pilots. Maybe we should adjust this a little closer while we are at it. Okay. V for move tool. Up arrow. Something like this. There. And now I'm okay, so I'm copying this text, I'm merging, Control E, and I'm pasting the text. So, and now I'm selecting both of them and I'm doing Control Alt E to combine them into a new merged layer, which I am moving up to pilots 710. 710. Okay. That's this. Okay, good. And now I removed these old ones here. Okay. Save. Alright, so now we can just move this. And the only 2 pilots on board. So on board. Oh, I think this one is pretty good. Let's, or even this one. No, I think this one is better because the N is more narrow. Copy, and which one is it? It's on page. It's on line 6. Okay, 6 on 6. Okay, on 6, and we move it down there. V for move tool, down, shift down arrow, shift right arrow, like that. And now we want board as well. I think this one looks pretty good. So that's number 3. Board number 3. Board 3. Right, we move it down. And we select the V for move tool. Shift down arrow. The problem is only that it's a little too small in height, so it doesn't really so let's see if we can find a better one. Problem is that they look rather small, all of them. Let's see what happens on 13 here if we select, or let's do this one. Let's see what happens with 12. V for move tool, let's see how big it is. It's a little better. It's not so beautiful, but it's at least it's better. So let's take let's keep the O here. O. Let's move it down. Let's keep the O. Oh. Maybe we should take another O anyway. Okay, let's take another O. I delete this layer and let's take this O here. Maybe we can keep it. Let's keep the O we have there. Okay. Let's do that. Let's just do that. Okay. Oh. We cut away, marquee tool here, and I'm cutting away. So I use the move tool again. Now I use the marquee to cut this off. Hopefully this will work. Like that. And now when I select the V for the move tool again, you'll see it's much smaller. So okay, so we have that. Now we want the B in the beginning, and I think this looks a little bigger, right? So B8. Let's take B8. B8 and V for move tool, bring it down. But it's not very beautiful. Okay, I think we're better off with this one, number 6. Okay, B6. V for move tool, bring it down. It's smaller, but it's better. B6. Okay. Right. And then probably we would take number 13 here to just finish things off. Up arrow to move the selection, and then copy, and then paste, V tool, shift, down arrow, and something like that, and remove the like that, board. Okay, and then we move these two layers to the right a little to get maybe this one a little to the left. Board. Or maybe a little closer. And perhaps something like that. Not perfect, but it's handwritten, right? So now we merge into a new layer and we move it up. So board, on board, 6.3.13, 6.3.13. Okay. We hide those and we now have everything in one layer. And we can move the layer by the right arrow, for instance, if we want. So that should do the trick for those lines. But now we have the last line to take care of. Right, so we have this ship. Do we have any reasonable candidates here? I think this is a good candidate for number 4. Number 4 is good. This 4. Yes. And then we have ship. Harder to select. Well, maybe something like this, number 6. Not perfect, but number 6, ship. Ship, number 6. Like that. And where do they go? And then we should have the the dots as well, and we can take number 4 again. 4. Number 4. Alright, so in the right order, and we select all of them, and we press the V key for the move tool, and then we go down by shift down arrow, and then we just put this to the left, shift left arrow, something like that, and then the right, shift right arrow on this one, little down arrow as well. And now we can fine adjust the line here. And then we can go down a little with this one. Alright, so now we have selected that. We can close it, and we don't save it, and we make this a little bigger so we can zoom in a little more. So we can look at the baselines of these words, for instance, and the only, where did we get this only? Where in the whole world is only? And the oh yeah, this one. Oh, I don't forget. Only, I don't remember which one. So, and the only. 2 pilots on the board, and in terms of baseline, we can down arrow, maybe 1, 2, and board, okay, maybe And this ship, maybe this, go down one notch. And the dots looks, maybe we can put them up, one up or two up, two up. The same at these ones. It's just one up there. Okay. Now for the kerning. And I think we will have to adjust the T here. So we select the here and we copy and paste. Copy, paste a new layer and V for the move tool, and we bring it in by the right arrow a little bit here. And then we merge it with itself like that. So it's a little better. And here at this word, I'm pressing the Z key and then I'm dragging a rectangle, and then I'm trying to increase the distance here. So I'm copying. We have to have the right layer, so I have to select in the two layer and copy and paste and V for the move tool, and then I'm using the left arrow here to increase the distance, and then I'm bringing it down, the T down as well, something like that. And we are going to copy the title, select both and merge with Control E, and I'm pasting the title again. Right. Maybe it wasn't big enough. Maybe it should be a little more. No, I think it's all right. I think we have to fix pilots here, and we fix. But first, let's go to this. I'm pressing the Z and drawing a rectangle. And what did I want to do? I don't remember. Okay, so we want to decrease the distance here. Decrease in this. Okay. Copy, paste. And I want to bring it down a little and in to the right. Something like that. And then I'm also going to select again, and I'm going to bring in this S towards the eye here. Okay, so I'm copying and pasting, and I'm hitting the V key for the move tool, and then I'm using left arrow to bring it closer. Okay, and I'm zooming out to verify. maybe something like that. Okay. I'm copying the title and I'm selecting all the three, and I'm simple Control E for merge, pasting the title again. Okay. And then I think the I think what we want to do is, first of all, the on, increase the distance there, Control minus for and then we are selecting the N. Okay, let's have to have more space with it. Okay, so there. I want to have more space here so that I can block out the underlying N. Okay, so copy, paste. Oh, sorry. We have to select on here. Okay. Copy, paste, move tool. And I also want to bring it down to here at least. Then I want that, maybe something like that instead. Okay. Copy the title, select both, and merge with itself, and paste. Alright, and then the last adjustment is probably just the distances here in the pilots. I think we'll do some. Okay, zoom in on a whole word here. Okay, so Control minus twice. And we'll just bring this in. So selecting the word, and I want this one closer. Copy, paste, move tool. Something like that, and then I want okay, so let's merge these two, and again, and then we do the same thing with the eye. Selecting eye here, copy, paste, move tool. Like that. Okay, so I know opacity 50%, opacity 100%. So I have these on F7 and F8 to quickly compare with the underlying layer. Of course, I could also simply shift here, visibility, layer 1. But I like the keys better. Okay, so now I zoom out, Control minus, and I think so if we merge these now and do that, and then fix a little, do the same thing with the L also, I think we're pretty good shape. Okay. And then we go in like that, something like that. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so take that. Copy title, select both. Control E, like that. And then the last thing, I think we'll make a small adjustment on 2 here, where we increase the, we start here first. Increase a little bit there, and then we can do the same thing again for the T. Something like that. And then we merge again all the 3 layers. Control E. Paste the title, and that should be done. Okay, so the only thing left now is we just adjust the spaces in between the words, and then we're good to go. So the 2 here should be closer here. And maybe this one should be closer as well. Maybe a little closer. Okay, maybe something like that. On board and this ship. Okay. And what the last thing we should do, and the only, we should bring it in to center it as much as possible. And then we should do the same thing with the 3rd line here. It's not too shabby. Something like that. Maybe a little less. Okay, so I think that's better. Right, so the actual text, not the periods, but just the text is as much centered as it could be to get the total impression. That is nice. Okay, so I'll leave it at that, and now the only thing is we have to vacuum the background, or the white space, and so we take away the background and we increase the scale, and we go up in scale a little more, and the H key on the left, and the P as in Peter Parker on the right. We have the pencil tool, So we see that there is something there, and I select the pencil tool and I go increase in size, decrease in size with the comma key, and I paint over because I have white on my brush or on my pencil. And you can see here it's the pencil tool. Alright, so we have that. Back to the hand tool, and we I go line by line here now. I'm line 1, and okay, that's line 1. I go down on line 2 now, going left. I don't see any dust particles or... Oh, here's one. Okay, P for pencil tool. I'm painting a little. Back to hand tool. It's not so much. Oh, here's one. P for pencil tool. Oh, yeah, good. Back to hand tool, and now line 3. And there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Oh, save. Okay, good. So now we select all of them and we do a Control-Alt-E to merge into a new layer, and then we put that up in text lines. And we say lines 1, 2, 3. Merged. Okay, and now we hide this. And then we show this. So now we can just simply copy. We have the lines 1 to 3 selected, and we copy it like that, and we go to Finish Panel, and we create a new folder called Text Lines, and we paste into that with Control V, and we borrow some text here, lines 1, 2, 3 from assembled text lines. Lines not downscaled, and as usual we want to make a duplicate. I'm pressing Alt key now and dragging up one new layer, and we want to downscale it eventually. Not in this video, but we will. We will downscale it later, and we want to move it also so that it actually ends up inside the balloon. Right, so that's it. We have accomplished what we wanted, and so if I press Alt key now and I click on the visibility icon, we can see we can see this layer alone here, and you'll see that it's the actually not downscaled yet, but we got the text inside this document now, so we can easily manipulate it later on. Alright, so I'm going to finish up this video now just simply by reminding you that this is a presentation from 987 degrees centigrade, which is in the Unlimited Danger series, and it's season 1, episode 1, and it's pure action, thrillers, and science fiction with Barry Riley and antagonists and friends and lots of exciting things. So thank you for this, for watching this video, and if you have any questions or comments, just put them in and I'll be sure to take a look at them. Thanks for watching again, and have a good day.